What is happening, everybody? Oh, it has been a good long while since I've got to say this. That's so you know I gotta make it big. I have to make it big. Ready? Welcome to another episode of Home Day! Oh, that felt good. That felt good. And I say it's been a while because anybody who's watched Riding with X and all that, the channel itself, y'all see I haven't been over here for quite a while. I've been overseas doing a bunch of other stuff, everything like that. Like at the time of this recording, it's I forgot that daggone fast. That shows you when you've been doing too much stuff. But just make sure something real quick. Yep. Just make sure I'm right. But yep, it is February 9th at the time of the recording anyway. And I'm still gonna be off until at least sometime in March sometime. Cause shoot, what's today, Monday? I'm just here for a little stopover because I've been overseas doing so much stuff over there. Y'all can watch videos and see all that. But I was over there doing so much, so over the weekend I said, alright, let me just come on, take care of some other little things, stuff like that. And I'm headed back out later tonight, early tomorrow morning. Let me check my little, we can call here my business cell. Yep, 10 p.m. tonight actually. I'm flying back to Germany overseas. So I hate to break it to y'all. I know everyone is so instant, everything like that. Which I mean, I guess this kind of falls as instant. But stuff doesn't happen instantly. Stuff like that. And I don't even know where I'm going with that now that I think about it. Because it's still kind of instant. But anyway, long story short. Just because I'm not behind the wheel doesn't mean I haven't been doing stuff. Whether it be online from Germany or calls, stuff like that, you know. So trucking is a never-ending thing, people. A never-ending thing. And that's why I had to get this one out today, because I'm in the Mac just for today. So I said, well, since I'm going to be back in the States and everything, I might as well get this. Not looked at and jump inside here. I'm tired of being in here. But not get looked at, but I don't know if you... so I had to do something real quick. I don't know if y'all watched Louisiana yet, but in that I talked about selling this truck because I didn't know what it was. It turns out I chose not to, but then doing some other calculations and whatnot, I'll talk more about that later date, what's going on with all them trucks and whatnot like that. But I still want to see how much this truck would be worth, because after sitting down, doing all the whole shebang, all of that, this is the truck. It's a great truck. I love it. It's nice, big. I love the stand. I love all of that. But because of what I'm trying to do and stuff like that, it's the one I see me least jumping into. So I'm like, well, you know what? Bump it. Let's just... Sorry, I had to answer that call real quick. But no. I figured, since I'm back with us this time, all that, long story short, this is a truck the least I see me being. I love it. But I'm trying to be better about stuff like that, and I just want to see if I was to sell it, because there's another thing. No, I'll just give y'all a hint of what it is now. I'm gonna start having revolving trucks. Remember that now. It will be talked about throughout this year. But I'm gonna have that. So I just want to see, since this is the truck I see me least being. Now, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it every time I get into it. It's just something. I don't know if it's because. I don't know. There's just something that doesn't lock in with me. I mean, I loved it when I first got it, but now it's just out of every other truck that I own and drive and whatnot, this one is not. I mean, maybe it's because this right here, or maybe, I don't know. Just something doesn't make me jump into it as much as some other trucks. Put it like that. So, long story short, I just want to see how much it would be worth if I sold it. So, I'm going to drive it down to Kenworth now and see about selling and everything. And in the midst of that, because I could just do it online. I want to see, well, you know what? They changing up so much stuff with this, which I love. A clap on that. Yes, great that they do. But they are making it very modern. And speaking of modern, just a little thing here. How do we turn off these freaking... I wish I could show them. They're like the things for people who don't know how to drive and ain't been doing this since 2016 for like newcomers, which I get. Love it. Help people who don't know. I am all for that. But I wish there was a way to turn it off, because, let me see, I wonder if it'll do it now. No, I'm not sure. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Anybody who's done this. The things that show you like, oh, press this to do this to do that. I'm like, yes, for newbies and rookies, yes. But I've been doing this sucker since before even the air brakes were a realistic thing. I don't even think that was out back in 2016. I could be wrong. I'd have to go back and look at some of my videos about that. But long story short, I just want to know how to turn that off. Just a little pet peeve of mine now. Fire it back up. But no, so that's all that's happening today. Like legit all of January and February. This month, pretty much because it is still February. And a good portion of March. That crap. How do you turn that off? I hate that. I know how to drive, but whatever. I don't care. It's just a little pet peeve of mine. But no, like this month, last month, this month, and a good portion of March is going to be just, as far as here, I mean, go watch all my overseas stuff. You'll see all me driving and not just overseas, trucking, wildlife. There's a lot going on. A lot. But anyway, for everything going on over here in the States, it's just business days pretty much. Just like today, it's just a business day. I'm going to go find out how much this truck would be worth if I was to sell it. So, let's get on over here. Oh, good Lord, it is so nice being back in an American truck. Nothing against the European ones. They work, they do well. They ain't nowhere near as comfy as a bed, but I'm not over there to be sleeping and whatnot, so that don't bother me. Although my house over there, I do like that house. It's a little bit bigger than the one here. But slip. Oh, do I get the light? No light. But it's so nice being over here. I'm sure if anybody's watched all the overseas videos that's out so far to date, since I've been over there, you know, XL Productions, they take a while to get everything up and going. But if you have, you will catch on real fast that me floating over there is not as smooth. Well, let me tell you, I'll give you two things just from thinking about it now. The last few runs I did before I flew over here. The shifting ain't as smooth, and I am not the best about watching that map. See, like on the map here, I keep it, what is it? Bam, 1, 2. So that's what I keep it on here in the States. Whereas over in the seas, I do the same thing, but this stuff is so freaking. I'm sure. Watch the first stream where I made the wrong turn there. I think in the second one I made a wrong turn. I can't remember what happened in the third one. But point is, it's nice being back. And don't get me wrong, I got my feet back wet over there. I'm pretty comfortable, stuff like that, all that. I feel like I'm getting my name back known over there. But it's just nice being back over here where it's like my feet are so deep in the ground, you couldn't get them wet if you wanted to. But that's neither here nor there. So let's get over here and see. Like I said, I want to see if this is still even an option to go to a dealer and sell your truck. Because I remember plenty of times back when this came out in 2016, that was a thing I did all the time, you know. So, but you never know till you get down here, so let's get on down here. And like I told you, wait last year in 2025, y'all. Eventually, once you've done something enough, you get used to it and you know what stuff's at and stuff. But yes, when they revamped all of this, you gotta get used to it, and I gotta slow down, not thinking I'm in freaking trucking wild and all that. Slow down, X. Get back to not. Call it what it is, not playing no more, because that's fun to do, though. That is fun to do. Alright, then let's go ahead and talk to him and see if we can sell this truck. Alright, so we're in here now. I see the ops. Oh, yeah, they still got it. You can trade it in. Oh, okay, so that's nice. So, alright, well, see, it won't be the best. I'm just trying to see if I could do it. And that is, like, that's happening, babe. That's the whole reason I'm doing all this moving around the trucks and that, because I'm trying to get this flat style. I think this is the retro one and all that. I'd have to look, but this looks like the one I'm trying to get. I might change the paint. I might even keep the paint, but it's just the flat top, small thing. It's just a nice truck. I've been in it, so I'm trying to work that into the XL truck. Oh, yeah, V. No, that's just the color. But I'm trying to work it into it, but you gotta do some stuff first. But anyway, long story short, I'm trying to see how much the Mac would be right now. So I want to see what happened. You trade in. Do you really want to sell your car? Okay, baby, 182. That's good for this Mac. That would make this Joker come down a heck of a lot. Alright, so I want to see something now. So 182 is what this truck is worth. So alright, so that's done. Thanks, y'all. So let's fire up the baby real quick. Go back here. Now, I'm glad it's worth that much, but now I told y'all, well, maybe I haven't said it like this before, but I'm a businessman, people. It's not just instant for me, so it's, yeah, okay, you know that, but how much is a new Mac worth? And that's what I'm gonna do now, slip over here and check for like a brand new, cause this Mac only got, which I can understand why it'd be worth so much, it only got 31 on it. So she's still a baby. She's still a baby as far as trucks go. So that part right here, there we go. Pop it. Alright, let's bring up all the computer crap. So let's see if you went to truck purchase, truck dealer. There you go, truck dealers. And it's fine. Any Mac, this is all online, so it don't really matter where that. Buy online. And I got the high rise. And what was it? 182, I think it was, is the cost of how much it would be. Alright, so this 70 inch, it looks just like mine actually. There's, well, let's see, that's when all that comes to play. So that was a 70, because I think they said 172. I think I'm not going back in there to talk to them about it, but I think that's what they said. So 172. Let's go vehicle. Now I just want to see this is 70 inch sleeper. Okay, so 70 inch sleeper. So 70 inch sleeper, and I'm not gonna go into engines and all that. Those are more. That's driver's choice, buyer choice, all that. Whereas I'm just looking like truck for the mileage, the high rise. Oh, that I'm hit the wrong thing. Sorry. The mileage, the high rise, and that type of stuff. Not engine, not transmission, tires, none of that. Just the basic frame and the high rise. And I mean, granted, the engine and everything plays a part into the cost of it and everything. And I don't think I've upgraded, but all that stuff can be upgraded. So pretty much what I'm looking at, if this makes sense. I know I'm just rambling now, but I'm trying to explain to people who don't know. I'm just looking at how much my truck now is, the way I've done everything I've done with it, versus a brand new truck that's stock from the factory. That's what I'm looking at. And like I said, I think they said 172K. So that's 172K. So let's go back to truck. What is truck? Catalog? No, where is truck? Trailer purchase, truck dealers, that's what I'm looking for. Trucks, Max, 70 inch sleeper, so that back online. So 172 is what they would offer me. So buy online. So let's go back. See, that's 70 inch sleeper. So let's just say base there, 172 versus that. I'll do the damn math for you right now. In today's time, folks, if you got a cell phone, you always got a calculator. Now mine's old school. I got an actual calculator. Hit a button. But if you so much as got a cell phone, tablet, computer, you got a calculator. Don't give me that you ain't got no calculator. You got a calculator. Don't give me that. Don't give me that why y'all can't do math nowadays. But anyway, back to this. So 201 410 210. Oh, I forgot the O. Sorry. So delete 210 410. Alright, minus 172. I don't even care about the last number, so we're just going to say 172, 656. So it'd be like a $37,000 thing I'd still have to be paying out. So, and do I think that's the difference between the two? So that's pretty daggone good, but to be fair, to also be fair too, like I forgot how much of a baby this truck is. That's why another reason I think when I was in Louisiana I said I'm not selling it, just not happening. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, what did I say that was? 37. So let's just say 38K. I think that might be when I revamp her. How much but you know what? Bump it. What time is it now? We're going, this is off the top of the axe's head. We're gonna do that right now. I'll just get an Uber home. We're gonna leave it here and get some work done, because if it's 37 difference between the new one, because mine, that and the new one's 37 more, I'm gonna put like 37 in it, which I mean it won't make it better because mileage and all that, but That's how much I'm gonna put in it just for the difference. Alright, crap, I think I screwed this up. I'm still going to talk to him. Shows you I haven't been back in the States in a while, y'all. But you know, it don't take but a few miles to get back up and going. So, there we go. There we go. It's so nice being back in a normal, I shouldn't say normal, like basic 13 eating. Not that overseas up and down. Yeah. Yeah. That's a shut off now. Let's go talk to him and get a fab up of what I'm trying to do. Excuse me, that was nasty. A fab up of what I'm trying to do done to this truck. Not much, just little things. Let's get back in this truck here, because I don't even know fully what I want. I haven't sat down and did that with this or the International, so I don't even got to take an Uber home now, so. But that works, though. But that is the plan now. I'm going to spend like $38K on this truck, and I'm going to do the same thing for the International. See how much it would cost if I was to sell it versus, what am I thinking, man, I forgot where I was going. No, see how much it would cost to sell it, and then put that much work into it, that same amount, different, that's what I was missing. See how much it would cost to sell it, then see how much a brand new one, same model and everything, and then from that, the difference of that is how much I'll put into the truck to revamp it. Nothing's wrong, they're both baby trucks. So now I think about that, that means they both are probably still good pennies, so. And boy, howdy traffic. Lovely, lovely traffic. Hey, I'm just glad to be back in the States for a moment. And back in good old American, probably shouldn't say American, but we'll not call it American trucks. Alright, so we're just gonna head back to the house. Park the truck back in the garage, because I'm sure someone probably would ask this, or was probably thinking, why not just go in front of the house? It'd be fine if I was doing that for a week. They don't say much about a week, but I know if I left it sitting on the street, or even what is it called, the store that's right by the house now, they would say something eventually. Then I'd have to call a driver, get it moved and all that, and it's just not worth the headache. That's why I'm like, you know what, I own the garage, I'm parking in the garage, there you go. I hate these things, right? I want to get rid of these. I don't get it, but whatever. Like I said, it's a new thing with the last update. I'll figure that more out as I get back over here and do it. Alright, then let's get back over to the house. I don't even know why I'm still recording. Like I said, I'm just headed back home and then back overseas, so guess I will holler at y'all when, trying to think, when's the next time y'all hear me talk? Because a lot of overseas stuff, we had to talk about this in like development and all that. They said a lot of that they just like to be the game, like just seeing and hearing stuff, and I'm like, I got no problem with that. That's why you see a lot of them have been lives, just because it's just simpler, easier for XL Productions. Trust me, they're loving it right now. The fact that I'm not talking, they ain't got to be sitting there doing all of this like when I'm doing this type of stuff. But there will be more coming out. I'm trying to think of when's the last one they put out. I don't know. I'm not the best about keeping up with that. But they like it more when they don't have to hear me talk. Put it like that. I'm just trying to think now when the next time I talk to y'all. Well, let me be like this. The next time I talk to y'all here, I'll just be like this. Stick to where you at. Next time I talk to y'all here will be when we going back over here, running the load most likely. And that'll be back in the Western Star. I should switch it out because I think I switched back into it last December. But because it's just been parked all this time, it ain't nowhere near 30,000 miles. And yeah, it would be 3 months technically, which is my rule. But because it's just been sitting, I haven't even been here and it hasn't been used, I'm not even going to count that. I'm going to probably run it like 10 loads once I get back in the flow of this and doing this again and everything. Give it 10 loads, then I'll switch. That I feel will be a fair use for it, because it was used at the end of 2025. That's what got me home, all of that stuff. But I don't feel like just parking it now, sticking that verbatim to the formula. I have to have set place in my head, you know. I am not that OCD. A little, not that much anyway. Swing it Man, I really gotta start slowing down, get out that trucking wild mindset. Going a little too fast and I know it, but I'll get back into it. I will get back into it. Just takes a few more miles in this, so there we go. Alright then, I will holler at y'all when we are back over here making money over here. It's just always that solemn feeling when you're getting back to work. I mean, like, for getting back to work, because yesterday you saw me take the empty over. Well, actually, not take the empty, picking up or parking it over here. So, getting back to the empty per se. But I'll talk all about that in a minute. But no, I'm officially back in the States, baby. And I'm over here so early. The wife dropped me off. She gotta go to work this morning. And I'm getting back going. So let's go ahead and give him to this truck. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pre-trip her and I'll get back with y'all. Alright, do that, then that, fire it up. There we go, that's beautiful. Yeah, it's just that feeling, cause let's see, I was off here since pretty much the end of December. And then when I came back, you saw earlier, I was just catching up stuff, getting ready for stuff like that. So pretty much just stay another week not working. So if you don't know, you don't know. See, my buddy was talking to me just the other day, said he'd been off for a whole week. He wasn't overseas like I was, but a whole week. And he's just getting back into it. And the whole thing, even though I did overseas for 3 months, and you saw me doing it on the lives and everything, I'll be honest, I wasn't really working over there. Like, I was getting the name back known, everything like that, just getting everything set up, familiar, stuff like that, and just getting back to a flow to get more control of it, whereas leaving it up to the person running it over there, it was working, but at the same time, every now and then you just gotta kind of, in my mind as a good CEO, boss, all of that stuff, step your foot in, do it yourself, and just get your stuff back on it, you know. But now I'm back in the States. It's officially the start of March, and I got, well, as you see, well, maybe you don't know, but while I was here doing that little catching up stuff with the over here in States and everything, I'm leased to a new lease now. Bobcat Machinery. Yep, so that means 90% of the time I'll be running Bobcat stuff. I've never done them. This is the first time I just heard about it, and I saw stuff pop out about them. I was like, yo, you know what? Let me see what their lease is like. So called them up, set all that out, and oh, excuse me, did all that, and now we're good to go. That's why I'm glad they gave me an empty over here, and good to go. Now where we're gonna pick up, I don't know, cause this ain't like quite a few leases I'm leased to, where you see me check the board, all that. I've caught on when I was overseas, because you know when you're anywhere you can get the internet, and I saw they're trying to push a lot harder. Some companies, maybe not all, but some, more the not forced dispatch, but they send you like 2 loads, and it's like, alright, you want to load, is out of these 2 that we're giving you, you know. So that's why I also have the authority to do my own stuff. It's just a lot more headache, paperwork, stuff you gotta keep on with that. That's why you see I don't do it too often. More so now it's come to be, I do it more when new states open up, just so I have more free range. So I feel like I'm rambling now, so let's check this. Check this email. I gotta find their brokerage. So there, enter my credentials for them. Alright, we got 1, they sent 2, like I figured, because some days it could be just be 1. That's why they don't like to call it forced dispatch, but it's kind of that way, but I'm not complaining. And I think after 2, I'm going to go to the 1 going to Wyoming, just because I have the 2, they got 1 going to Wyoming and 1 going to Oklahoma. And for what I'm trying to make, even though the Wyoming one isn't as much as the Oklahoma one, it's not delivered until I think Tuesday, I think it is. So I can get there, get reloaded, and get back down here, or get somewhere for what I'm trying to weed within a minimum. So alright, so let's do is picking up steel. So that should be that. Alright, cool. We should be all set up there. So that, that. Let's see where the stuff. Alright, so you're warm, so good. Let me check one more thing. Stairs below. Okay, well, they sent it to me, but I hope they know it's gonna take me a while from here. But thankfully, I don't have to park my trailer here all the time. And she's locked. It might help if I hit the daggone brake. Yep, she's got it. Alright, let's go. I did not realize Steel was that far. If we get over there and ain't got it, I'll be like, hey, they ran out validity. So, being if I want y'all to, you know, just let y'all ride over here with me. And a little tight getting out of here now. Got it. A little tight though. Very tight. Yeah, I'm gonna take that sign out. Yeah, that's a great start. Yeah, hey. You know, that's what happens. You just getting back. Gotta get back in the flow of things. I'm still in the mindset of those short behind trucks, so. There we go. Yeah, this will probably be a long video. I can already tell you that now. But it happens, hey. Like I said, I think it's something like the Coming Home in 2026 or something. I don't know the title, but that's a big thing. So, make it count. Dude, what are y'all doing up? Y'all, okay, whatever. What, y'all tired or something? I know it's a Monday morning. Good old states. Good old states. Y'all good. And I did not realize it would be this far. I mean, I knew I was about to go kind of quick, but yeah, it's Monday morning, y'all. So I will get back with y'all once we're over here still getting loaded. And going back in 3, 2, 1. Alright, well, I guess not there. Hey, we're in here. Go ahead and didn't run out or lose validity. So I think, because I meant to tell you all this before we got over here. Yeah, I know it's Monday. I'm getting back used to just being over here, stuff like that. I'm gonna do a lease review, not in this episode, but the next episode. Because by then I've got my feet wet with Bobcat and everything. Just give a good idea of what I think about them. Because I've done that. I try to do that for all my leases, but I don't think I've done that on video. Maybe one other lease I did. Yeah, I think it might have been the when I was doing cars. I forgot the name of that company, but yeah, I think that's the last one I did where it was on video. It's all, I have it all written down, but as far as on video and letting all of y'all know, I don't think I've done it. So I'm gonna turn the truck off too while I'm here. So I think in the next video I'll give you a lease review of what Excel thinks of the Bobcat machinery lease, at least for what I needed to be do, how I run stuff like that. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm a fourth wall break right here. But I talked to somebody the other day, he was gonna ride with me, but I tell him all the time I don't do all the mods and all of that, and he's like, oh, me neither. Then like a day later, oh, I'm just trying one mod. Then like 3 days later, oh, I got like 3 mods, 10,000 horsepower. I'm like, well, okay. Then again, something like I said, we're gonna still link up one day, but it's just, to me, that kind of stuff takes all of the realism out a simulator like this and stuff like that. I don't know, just saying, that's my opinion, my pet peeve. Gonna leave that man alone. But no, so yeah, come on, X, it's Monday. Alright, then we're just waiting for them to load us up. I'm gonna do this logbook, this paperwork, get all this situated, and then we're gonna start heading over to Wyoming. Alrighty then, trailer's all loaded up, good to go. And oh, because when you do a logbook versus there, if you know how the fun of paper logs. So actually, because of when they loaded me up and everything, I don't have to take the full 10. So that is a definitely nice start to a Monday. Alright, let's look at the map here. Let's say I've been so many times. I know it's 10 and 15. Yep, so 15 all the way, and then 80, and then Wyoming 28, I think. Yeah, 80 or 191 and 30. Yep. Alright, very nice, very nice. I'm telling people that's why you gotta look at the maps. I can't. Not gonna go into that, man. But you have to look at these maps, people. The GPS will mess you up. I say that all the time, and I'll say it till I'm dead. GPS will mess you up. Alrighty then. See that. Let's do this logbook one last little bit. There we go. Let's go ahead and get going.